Hi everyone. Today is Tuesday, and I'm into my 11th day of cutting back on my 3 night medicines, which is Seroquel, Remeron, and Requip. Today 11. Let me make sure. Today 11. So 2 days ago, I was struggling so bad and had something that I hadn't experienced before that scared me. So I took my full dose that night and decided yesterday that I was going to try to see how many days I could go on a half a dose, and then before I needed to take a whole dose, instead of trying to make it through the whole withdrawals from completely going half. Because let me tell you, it is so extreme. It doesn't get better, it gets worse, because it takes a good 2 weeks, and that's not counting the first week when you're, just gradually you've stopped taking your medicine, or just taking half, and it takes days before little things start to happen that let you know that you are now entering into withdrawals. So it's like a good 3 weeks. Being on the 11th day of the first 2 weeks, it had gotten, high blood pressure, extremely low blood pressure, being so anxious, the anxiety affects your breathing, affects your mind, affects your body, your nervous system, which is, you experience all kinds of, tremors, twitching, jerking, and some seizures along the way, which aren't, aren't out of control. But you don't want to get that. You don't want to get that far, because if you're going to withdraw from something, that's part of the game, ball game. You're going to go into full withdrawals, which may put you in the ER. So right now, today, is my second day again on the half a dose, and I must say that I slept, let's see, if I went to bed at 3 and got up 6, 7, 8, 9, a little, maybe 9 to 9.5 hours, which was good, because the night before I got less than 6. And then the day I took the whole pill, it was 13. So it's, every day is different. My mind is still positive, which is a good thing. It's the real uncomfortableness that's within you. Like I had described it before, it still doesn't make sense unless you've experienced something like that, where you're so restless and uncomfortable within yourself. You feel like you're coming unglued. You're coming out of yourself, I call it. you're not comfortable within your own body, and you know, that brings on the anxiety and the panic, and you can't help it. It's just a state until you. It's really hard. You know, that could go on for a long time. You know, there's just no telling, because you never know. Because everybody's different. Everybody's body's been under different amounts of strain for different amounts of time. And then you got, you know, the particular medications. So, you know, there's a lot of factors involved. And I don't know if I could go a third day, because it'll be like I'm going into full withdrawals again. You know, and I don't want, you know, if I kept doing that and then taking a whole, you know, how long is that going to go on? I know that there is no quick solution to trying to do this. Besides the tapering thing, you know, and then, like I said, that's really long term. There's no way around that. None. And I don't want to, I really don't, because I've been through so much. I can't make it. I wouldn't make it. And there's no telling what danger I would put myself in or cause to myself, you know, because I surely don't want to end up doing something, and I don't want to end up being back in a hospital, you know, one of those mental places. I don't want that. So maybe, you know, going the two days half and then one on a whole, you know, I can try that and just see how that goes and see if my body will adjust to that, you know. There's just no telling. Like I said, it's just a big waiting game. It's just hoping that it gets easier, you know, every time the 2 days come around to the half a doses. You know, the first day's not bad, you know. It's, you know, it's not great, but it's not bad. But the second day is more of a struggle. And if I went 3 days, I just don't know if I want to do that. So I'm just going to take a whole dose tonight. Because, you know, it's in my system again. And maybe my body will adjust to the just half a doses for 2 days in between. You know, and if that works, then that makes me happy. And then later on, you know, I really want to adjust, and the sleeping thing, like 3 o'clock is not a decent time. You should be in bed way before 12 o'clock, you know, and it should be on a regular basis. You just can't keep doing that, because that's keeping your body messed up, confused, and putting stress on you, because then your medication times are always different, and you know, your mind and your body are still going back and forth all the time. It's not good to play around with yourself like that. So anyway, this was just a quick one today. I wasn't planning on doing this, but since, you know, I did the 2 days, I just wanted to follow it up with what it was like. Blood pressure was good, so that's good. Even though you feel like it's not you know, like there's something wrong with your blood pressure. That's not always the case. Sometimes your blood pressure can be okay, and your pulse can, you know, not, you know, can really be high. You know, it's really weird. It's complicated. I don't understand how all that works. You know, I just don't understand it, period, in any way. You know, a pulse rate, your pulse rate, your top and your bottom, and then your heart rate, and then your pulse is like your heart's beating out of your chest so strong, but your blood pressure's okay. Huh. I really don't get that. So I don't know what's going on inside there. And another big thing that I did leave out all this time was, which brings on anxiety and panic, is the feeling of going too fast. You know, you've heard of people having racing thoughts, which is a very bad thing, you know. That makes it hard to calm down. And you can't let your mind wander onto things that need to be done, or take on something that's going to require too much time. I found out that if I try to get up and do too much, it really sets everything in motion, you know, kicks it off. It, you know, with everything, especially my breathing, is really strained and heavy, and it's like you just ran, you know, ran down the whole street. So you really gotta take it easy, even when it's hard not to. But anyway, I'm gonna turn this one off, and let's see what happens in a few days. So thank you for watching and listening, and take care. Okay, bye-bye.